Namaste. My name is Sierra Jade, and thank you for tuning into Conscious Current Yoga YouTube videos. We're going to start with just sitting up nice and tall. We want to take our attention to those lower abdominal pelvic floor muscles, the muscle that you engage when you have to use the bathroom and you hold it in. So just pulling it up in, and that's going to help us bring the spine up nice and tall, and then relax the shoulders, let the palms rest face open towards the ceiling. Allow the eyes to start to close, and start with taking a deep breath in through the nostrils. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Several more times just like that. Inhale through the nostrils. And exhale, sigh it out. Inhale through the nostrils. This time focus on filling the belly with air. And then the chest. And exhale, sigh it out. Once more, deepest breath in, fill the belly, get that air all the way down into the hip bones, into the pelvic, up into the chest, and sigh it out. Let's continue with that in breath, breathing in through the nostrils, filling the belly and then the chest. Suck the air all the way in, breathe in a little bit deeper. Squeeze the abdominal muscles up and in, and then exhale through the nostrils. So there's a lot happening here. As we breathe in and fill the belly, we want to start to engage that core muscle, engage those muscles that keep us from using the bathroom, and then fill the chest. And then exhale, empty the chest and then the abdominal. And then inhale, engage the muscles again, fill everything up. And exhale, release it. And keep breathing just like that. There's so much focus that we have to put into that diaphragmatic breath that really we want to channel all of that intention towards just breathing and engaging that muscle and holding ourselves upright. Relax the shoulders and focusing on the breath. If the palms are still facing up towards the ceiling, we'll turn them down, grab for the knees. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let's shift over the knees, over the shins, and take rotations all the way around. Keep breathing, keep going in the same direction. The next time we shift over the legs, rotate in the opposite direction. And gently inhale back to center, squeeze those lower muscles up and in, kind of like when you're doing a Kegel. And we want to try to keep it engaged as long as possible. And whenever we release it and we relax it, that's fine. Just as you're redirecting your attention back to the breath, also directing it back to that muscle and pulling it up and in, engaging that root lock. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, take the chin towards the chest and take rotations from the neck. bringing the ear to the shoulder. Compress the back of the neck, ear to shoulder, chin to chest. Each exhale brings the chin towards the chest. Each inhale brings us all the way around. The next time the chin comes towards the chest, rotate in the opposite direction. And inhale, engage that root lock again. Bring everything back to center. And just roll the shoulders out a few times, bringing them up, rotating them back and down. Take the hands, interlace them behind the back so that we feel the shoulder blades pull together. Bring the chest, the chin, everything up towards the ceiling. If it feels uncomfortable or there was a previous injury to the neck and it feels not good to look up towards the ceiling, you can just let the neck stay neutral. Really, we want to just get the chest open and pull the shoulders back together. Also, I should have mentioned this, which I will get in the habit of mentioning it, but if it ever feels uncomfortable to sit on your glutes like this, always feel free to prop yourself up with a pillow, blankets, or even a block or a bolster. Anything that elevates the hip bones above the knees is going to feel a lot better on the body. So taking it back to where we were, interlacing the hands behind the back, take a deep breath in. And from the hip bones, as you exhale, let the upper body just glide forward. And this is my stopping point. So just feeling where you're at. And if you can, check me out. See the difference between the first one, me just moving from the hips, letting the upper body just glide forward, versus me leading with my head and letting the shoulders round to try to take the forehead towards the mat. If you can, you want to try to stay away from this, because there's not a whole lot of benefit in letting the shoulders round and just dropping down and trying to touch your forehead with the mat. You're getting a lot more engagement and you're keeping the spine straight if you move from the hip bones, let the upper body glide forward. And it takes a little bit more muscle power to keep this engaged as well. So hold for 3 deep breaths. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Interlace the hands and push the palms up towards the ceiling. This will be our inhale. As you exhale, round the spine, drop the arms in front of the body. Inhale, bring it up. Look up towards the ceiling or the sky. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin towards the chest. Inhale, bring it up. Complete exhale, round the spine. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, round the spine. Inhale, bring it back to center. Shifting onto hands and knees. And checking ourselves out for alignment here. There's a little bit of a difference between keeping the knees together and keeping the feet together, or keeping the knees wide and then touching the feet together. We want to be like a nice level table. So the shoulders should be directly over the wrist, and the wrist should be directly parallel with the knees. And if you want a super level table, we should also make sure that the hip bones are directly over the knees. Feel yourself push through your palms so that we power up the arms. Feel the hip bones shift back slightly, and take cats and cows. As you inhale, arch the spine, look up towards the sky. Exhale, round the spine, bring the chin towards the chest. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, mad cat. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, round the spine. Move with the speed of your breath. The inhale always arches the spine. The exhale rounds the spine as if you're pushing away from the mat. And bringing in a little bit of an intuitive movement here, bending into the elbows, shifting all the way around in a circular motion. And circle in the opposite direction. And gently bring it right back to center. We're going to push the toes into the mat. Inhale, lift the hips for downward facing dog. So a few things while you're here. If you feel like you're dumping into the front body, lift the hips higher. Like you have a flashlight in between your legs and you're shining it up towards the wall. Lift one heel and then the other and just walk the dog out. And continue to do this. If it's uncomfortable to get into a downward facing dog, you can always just stay in your tabletop position. Secondly, if it's uncomfortable to stay on your wrist, you can always come down on the elbows and the forearms, and any variation would work. As you inhale, lift the right leg up towards the sky, circle out the ankle, and step or help that right foot through in between the hands. Look back to make sure that you're not on a tightrope. We want both feet off center, so on railroad tracks. As you inhale, bring the arms all the way up for high crescent lunge. Inhale, let that left arm extend out in front of you. Right arm swings open. Right chest is open. Maybe we look back towards that right hand. Maybe we let that right arm drop down to reach for that left thigh and let the left arm come up towards the ceiling. Maybe we look up towards the left hand and bring it down. Left hand meets that right foot on the mat, and right hand meets the right foot on the mat. Step it forward and forward fold. Hold and breathe here. While you're down here, take a look at your feet. We want about a fist to a fist and a half distance between the feet. So not too much space and not too little space. We just want enough so that they're directly underneath the hip bones. As you inhale, bring it into a halfway lift. Hands come to the shins or to the knees. Feel the tailbone pull back. Feel the crown of the head pull forward. Hold and breathe here. So many cues to give. We don't want to overextend the knees. So giving yourself a nice gentle bend in the knees. If you feel that the spine is rounding, bend the knees more. And we want to do just a little bit of a pivot. Feel the hip bones pull back, shoulders pull back, and hold and breathe. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms come all the way up, press the palms together, and exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the center of the heart. Once more, arms come down, back, and all the way up, press the palms together. Exhale, forward fold. Step it back, either straight to down dog, or we can take our vinyasa by coming into plank pose, slowly lowering it down through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk the dog out. Inhale, left leg comes nice and high. Exhale, step it through. Get your footing on that back right foot. Inhale, arms come all the way up. When you come up as well, option to just keep your hands on the left thigh. And once you stabilize yourself, then the arms can come up. And if this is where you're at and you're already feeling a little wobbly, hold this posture here and just focus on breathing. Don't try to come into the twist until you feel completely stabilized, like you've got yourself. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, right arm extends out in front of us. Left arm swings back. That left chest opens all the way up. Hold and breathe. Maybe we look back towards that left hand. Maybe we drop that left hand down towards the back right thigh. Right arm comes up towards the ceiling. Look up towards that right hand. Deep breath in. Exhale, release that right hand down to the mat. Left arm comes up towards the sky. Exhale, drop that right hand. Step that right foot forward, forward fold. Checking yourself out for alignment. Once again, that foot and a half distance. Inhale, halfway lift. The body is an upside down L. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Arms come all the way up. Exhale, drop that right arm down the side body. Extend over through the left side body. Inhale, look up towards that left hand. Exhale, look down the right side body. Inhale, both arms come all the way up. Press the palms together. Exhale, left arm comes down. Inhale, look up towards the right hand. Exhale, look down the left side of the body. Inhale, both arms come all the way up. Press the palms together. Bend the elbows. Take the hands towards the back of the head or the nape of the neck. Feel the shoulder blades pull together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, dip that right shoulder, right elbow down towards the right side of the mat. Inhale through center. Exhale, left elbow dips down towards the left side of the mat. Inhale through center, arms come all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, step it back through your down dog or vinyasa. As always, option to stay in your tabletop position. Inhale through cobra. Exhale, down dog. Lift and lower each heel. A little bit of a side note here as well. If it feels uncomfortable to take down dog and it feels uncomfortable to stay in your tabletop, always resort to mountain pose And we're always going to end up here, and you can just step yourself back into your lunges and get into whatever posture we're going to get into from just staying right here in mountain pose. So if these forward folds and hands and knees are not working, always resort to just standing at the top of the mat. So if you're in your down dog, let's bring the right leg nice and high. As you exhale, step or help that foot through. Left foot's going to come down to about a 10 to 30 degree angle for warrior one. As you inhale, arms come all the way up. Look up towards the sky. As you exhale, we're going to hinge the upper body forward, bring it into cactus arms. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Turn the pinkies in and straighten the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus arms bend into the knee and hinge forward. Inhale, straighten the leg. Pinkies turn in, hands come up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the elbows, cactus pose, bend back into that knee. Inhale, bring it up, straighten the knee, arms come up. Exhale, cactus arms bend into the knee. Inhale, straighten the knee, arms come up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Once more, inhale, bring it up. And exhale, bring it down. Take the hands, interlace them behind the back. Take a deep breath in. Option to stay here in your warrior one with your hands interlaced behind your back, or we can exhale and let the upper body hinge forward towards the inside of that right thigh. If we're coming all the way down, taking your eyes back towards your big left big toe. Inhale, bring the arms all the way down, back towards the back, and all the way up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the center of the heart. And I'm going to start to shift my weight into my right leg. And I can just sort of hop my back foot forward and bring it into your warrior three. Arms can stay at prayer pose. We can extend the arms out. And shifting down into your half split. You can grab for your ankle, or you can grab for the mat. Option to also take the blocks. I started in the opposite direction on the mat, but blocks are pretty helpful for this. They're helpful for me because I'm short. And let that left leg come down. Turn the toes out. Lift the heels, yogi squat. Take the hands to prayer at the center of the heart. Take the palms, press them down into the mat. Keep the heels high. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, straighten the legs, lift the hips. Take the crown of the head down towards the floor. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, lift the hips. Several more times here. Keeping the heels high. Inhale, bring it back down. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale. Exhale. Once more, inhale. And exhale, drop the heels, parallel the feet. And inhale, halfway lift.
Exhale, forward fold, step it back, either through your vinyasa or straight to down dog. Option to also just stay here in mountain pose. So if you're taking your vinyasa, bring it to plank, slowly lower it down. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, step or help it through. Right foot comes down between a 10 and a 30-degree angle for warrior one. That right hip bone, it wants to pivot open towards the right side of the right wall. Try to guide it down and back to center. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, bring it into the cactus pose. Let the upper body hinge forward. Inhale, pinkies turn in, straighten the arms up towards the sky, straighten that knee. Exhale, bring it back in, cactus arms, bend that left knee. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, straighten the arms, turn the pinkies in. Exhale, turn the pinkies out, cactus arms, bend into the knee. Inhale, pinkies turn in, straighten the arms. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Hold it here. Interlace the hands behind the back. Option to hold steady, upright, or take a deep breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward towards the inside of that left thigh. If we're coming all the way down, take your eyes back towards your right big toe. And hold and breathe. Inhale. If the arms are pulled away from the low back, lower the arms first and then bring the upper body back through center. Inhale, arms come all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Inhale, pivot that foot all the way forward into your warrior three. Supported warrior three, optional as well. And slowly lowering down into your supported split. And bring that right foot to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale, roll the body all the way up. Bring the arms up overhead. Press the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer at the center of the heart. And let them come down into mountain pose. Take a few deep breaths here. Keep the feet nice and stationed. And imagine that the body is standing in the middle of the ocean and just swaying side to side, back and forth in a circular motion. And gently bringing it to stillness. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Press the palms together. Exhale, forward fold. And step it all the way back into your plank pose or down dog. And slowly lower it down if you're taking vinyasa. Inhale through cobra. Exhale through down dog. Walk the dog out. And for anybody watching that is not taking down dog and they're just staying either in their mountain pose or they're staying in tabletop position, if you're in mountain pose, you want to either stay in mountain pose and skip this posture or come down into your tabletop. From either tabletop or plank pose, we're going to pivot onto the left side of the feet, onto the left arm, bring the right arm up. Now, this is any variation we can take here. We can stack the feet, we can bring the right leg up, we can also bend the right knee and plant that foot in front of the left thigh. This gives us a little bit of a support here for side plank. And holding and breathing. Beautiful. Let's take it into a little bit of a crunch. So option to also come down on that left elbow. As you exhale, dip that left hip down. Inhale, bring it up. Dip that left hip down. Inhale, bring it up. Once more, dip the left hip down. Inhale, bring it up. Pivot back into your plank pose or back into your tabletop. And inhale, back to plank. And taking it on the opposite side. Shifting onto the right heel. And we can stay on that right wrist, or we can come down onto the elbow. We can bring that left leg high. We can bend the left knee and plant it in front of the right thigh. Any variation works here. So if we are taking alternate plank pose with the assistance of the opposite leg, when we take those crunches, it'll look like this. Just bringing it down and inhale, bringing it up. Exhale, bringing it down. Inhale, bringing it up. Once more, exhale, bringing it down. Inhale, bringing it up. Beautiful. Wherever you are, we're going to roll all the way down onto the belly. Take the crown of the head down, take the forehead towards the mat. Hands come underneath the shoulders and feel the elbows nice and tightly knit towards the rib cage. As you inhale, bring it up through your cobra pose. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it back down. The next time you inhale and bring it up, just come into a baby cobra, which is a halfway lift. Maybe we hover the hands above the mat. Maybe we hover the feet above the mat. And hold and breathe. Exhale, let it come all the way down. Push through the hands, lift the hips, take the knees wide, and walk the hands forward. For puppy pose, take the forehead down towards the mat. Hold the posture, take several deep breaths here. Let your next inhale start to walk the hands back through center. We're going to leave the hips wide. As you inhale, bring that right arm up to the sky. Look up towards your right hand. As you exhale, let's thread the needle. That right hand comes in between the left thigh and the right arm. Bring that right ear down towards the mat and walk that left hand towards the top of the mat. Let the hips stay nice and high. And hold and breathe. Let your next inhale drag the left hand back through center. Inhale, let that right arm come back up to the sky. And exhale, release the right hand. Getting that on the opposite side, let the inhale bring that left arm up. Look up towards the hand. Exhale, thread the needle. Let that left ear come down towards the mat. And walk the right hand towards the top of the mat. Let your next inhale drag that right arm back underneath the shoulder. Inhale, left arm comes up towards the sky. Exhale, left arm comes down. And we're just gonna shimmy all the way down onto our glutes. And come all the way down so that you're lying on your back. And pull the knees in towards the chest. Give them a good squeeze. If it gives you more space, you can grab underneath the thighs as well. And just rocking side to side. Let the legs go up towards the wall. The soles of the feet come towards the ceiling. Feel the toes pull back towards the torso so that we flex the heels. Option to grab underneath the thighs just for some support. Circle out the ankles. Point and flex the toes. Spread the toes wide and then squeeze the toes together. And do that a few times. Spread the toes wide and then squeeze the toes together and just flutter them out. If plow pose is in your practice, option to take plow pose. If you want to practice plow pose, a few things you can do is you can start in bridge pose and insert a block underneath your glutes, and you can slowly bring the legs up And you can use the block underneath the back for support. And you can slowly start to remove the block. What I like to do is create a little bit of a shelf with my elbows and my hands. So if I'm in legs up the wall position, I'll start to bring the legs back towards the torso, and then I'm grabbing for my hips and just creating that little shelf of support. If you're taking plow pose, keep the neck neutral. Don't try to turn the head side to side. And gently bringing the legs back down, all the way down. And bring the soles of the feet together for butterfly pose. Option to extend the arms up overhead and grab for opposite elbows or opposite forearms. And while you're here, shift the hips side to side. It's a nice little self-massage. And slowly settle in. Allow the eyes to start to close. Let the heart start to return back to its natural rhythm. And you're welcome to stay in this posture for as long as you'd like. And when you're ready, slowly letting the legs go long, letting the arms go long, and welcoming in your Savasana.
allow the eyes to remain closed for a moment. And just being present with your body, breathing in and out. Experiencing that sense of gratitude for showing up to your yoga practice and giving yourself a little bit of effort and a little bit of ease. Something that I've been sharing this week in my yoga classes, particularly the classes that I teach in the gyms, is that we come to our yoga practice, and especially if it's not in a studio, we tend to find that it's something that we're doing for physical endurance. Oh, I need to stretch more. Oh, I feel tight. I feel, a lot of it is there's a physical aspect to it. But with any exercise, particularly yoga, because there's so much emphasis on the breath and on calming the nervous system, when we come to our practice of moving the body in sync with the breath, something so profound is happening. What we're doing is we are creating and deepening a relationship with our bodies. We're creating a bond. We're deepening a bond. We're learning about our bodies, what it needs, what it doesn't need, what it can handle, what it can't handle, what feels good, what doesn't feel good. And on a much deeper level, when we are forming that relationship, what's happening is that we're making a space inside of ourselves, inside of our vessel, where we can feel a little bit more comfortable with being inside there. And when we start to feel that sense of comfort and that sense of belonging, that sense of, oh, I can kind of get down with this, I can start to learn how to deal with this, it makes it feel a lot safer to start to deal with all of the mental and emotional stuff that's going on inside. That relationship on a physical level that we have with our body, when it becomes a safe space to be, it's all encompassing. It becomes a safe space to start to deal with and process. So just feeling that and sending that consciousness, not just in the head, but as we breathe deep down into the body, and bringing more awareness to how the mind is thinking about the body. On that note, start to wiggle your fingers, start to wiggle your toes, turn the neck from side to side. As you inhale, extend the arms up overhead, point your toes, give yourself a nice full body stretch. Pull the knees in towards the chest and roll onto one side, resting in a fetal position. And let an inhale push you all the way up. Taking the hands to prayer at the center of the heart space. If you have clicked on the video or you've watched till the end, thank you for your time. I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. It is really helping the channel a lot. I think I've gone from, in the past month, about 11 subscribers to 25 subscribers. So thank you to all of the people who have subscribed and who have liked the videos. This is a big venture for me, something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and something I haven't done for all of the reasons that all of us have about why we can't or shouldn't do something. So here I am. Like, share, subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. Namaste.